Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Pastor Ize Iyamu daughter don graduate for America. Matthew Iduoriyekemwen wey be PDP don go join Pastor Ize Iyamu and Ize Iyamu wife dey celebrate their daughter graduation day. Some PDP members don share this video wey you dey see for here so with Matthew Iduoriyekemwen, Pastor Ize Iyamu and Ize Iyamu wife. Comrade Stanley Osazo-Osahunokwoди don come here today make he come put mouth for this matter. Make I leave you, make you hear from Comrade Stanley Osazo-Osahunokwodi.
Good evening to everyone. I am Comrade Stanley Osazo-Osahunokwodi, your usual host here on social media. I'm here to address a specific narrative that is being pushed by some young politicians like myself. Time passed. They pushed the same narrative, but it slides because of the fact that majority of persons were not truly aware of what that particular post was all about. As of today, a post came in from Honorable Matthew Ize Iduoriyekemwen, and that post was later reshared and posted again by Esosa Iwere. And I saw a series of comments. Young politicians, youths are commenting that look at them, they are busy celebrating the graduation of Pastor Ize Iyamu's daughter. People from different walks of life, politicians from different tributaries came together to celebrate the graduates who actually graduated from the university in the United States of America. They also said in their comment section that the youths are busy fighting themselves, whereas and shouting leader, 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 whereas these other persons are celebrating their children at their own detriment. And I wish to respond to this. There is nobody in the game of politics, except you are not part of it, that will not shout leader, leader, leader in politics. Regardless of who you are, regardless of who you are, or who your father is, or where you came from, you must shout the leader before you can be able to be successful. Except if your father happens to be a very strong politician, not just a strong politician, but a successful one financially, then you can be exempted from shouting leader, leader, leader. Did leadership actually started today? The answer is no. Those politicians that you are envious of, those big politicians that you think are successful in the game of politics, shouted leader, leader, leader in one way or the other. Let me give a classical example. Today, His Excellency Senator Mondo Ukpebholo is the governor of Edo State. He once shouted leader, leader, leader to late Chief Anthony Hakakon Aneni. Pastor Ize Iyamu also shouted leader, 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 leader to late Chief Anthony Hakakon Aneni. Honorable Matthew Iduoriyekemwen also shouted leader, leader, leader to Sajasolo in Ekpoba Hill. Even as of today, your speaker, Agbebaku, shouted leader, 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 leader to Honorable Matthew Iduoriyekemwen. In fact, we know the history of their various nomination forms. We also know the history of those who bought the first ever uniform or clothes for these persons to be inaugurated in the State House of Assembly. All you need to advise yourself as a youth is this: pray to God to bless your shout, so that your kid will not do the same leader, leader, leader that you have done. And let me tell you the fact: if you refuse to shout leader, 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 leader in the game of politics, you also cannot be successful, because no two leader can move a single ship. You must be loyal. Go and look at the 48 laws of power. Never outshine your master. You must also be loyal so that you can be recommended. None of these leaders, even the former SSD, we knew how he came in from Lagos, and he grew politically. Today, he became a leader that is still bringing other people in to as well grow in the political spectrum. You cannot be an automatic leader if you did not start from the role of a follower. So I advise you, try as much as possible to work, do your possible best for your leader to yield a better result, so that your kids will not also shout the same leader. But it is not also a crime if anybody chooses to say leader to climb the ladder of success. Get this very clearly. As of today, I will even say leader today. Today you talk on social media, you rest. During the inception of our democratic dispensation in Nigeria, we hear of political assassination. Are you still seeing them today? In fact, the level of leader is not even high compared to the level of leader that they have in the past. Person where God bless, go think see other people lazy. Leader must be shouted before you can be able to achieve success. Just pray that when you shout it to some extent, God will give you opportunity to have access to limelight. And as at then, you will always continue to say our leader. Even as we speak, I see what Ahmed Bola Tinubu has a leader. There are people he must meet to say, I'm a leader, please help me with this. Even when he's the CEC, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nobody that does not have a leader. So do not criticize anybody that is shouting leader. And in the game of politics, there must be disagreement. So for those who refuse to act wisely and who choose to say, because this one is party A and party B, I cannot be his friend, that is their cup of tea. But criticizing someone shouting leader, if you don't shout that leader, forget it, you will not make it in politics. So it's a natural phenomenon. We need to make our focus our focal point. So when you are no longer shouting leader, do not criticize those who are taking through the ladder step of success by shouting leader. Maintain your own lane, focus on your own, and allow other persons do what they choose to do so as to better their life as a person. Nobody becomes an automatic leader. Nobody becomes an elder without starting as either a baby, from a baby down to the last stage of life. You cannot just start from square 10 when you are in square 0. I'm Osakwenokwodi. Bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osazo Osakwenokwodi. I don't see Matthew Iduoriyekemwen and Pastor Ize Iyamu they celebrate together. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to that ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching that ARG YouTube.